Yes, every little thing is going to be okay. Oh, hello, everyone. Donnia Anastasia here. I'm with Victoria Haffer, my cohort in this Glastonbury Revelation experience. And we're just going to spend some time today talking about Glastonbury and maybe answering some of the questions you have in your heart, in your mind. And we're going to try and have some fun while we do it. So, Victoria, I'm going to hand it over to you. Why Glastonbury? Why now?
So Glastonbury, and the thing I find really kind of cool, magical, and mystical is that a lot of people don't really know about Glastonbury. My friends, my students, my yeah. Glastonbury is in the UK.
Not Connecticut. It is in Connecticut too, but we're talking
Yes,
about the one in the
we
UK.
are talking about the one. Yeah, so you're going to get on an airplane and go wherever you're coming from, right? And so the planet, if you look at, Gaia and our beloved Gaia as the planet, as we have chakras, the planet has chakras as well. And so, interestingly enough, our beloved Avalon slash Glastonbury is actually the heart of the planet,
Hmm.
the heart of the planet. uh, Anahata, right? The green chakra, the our ability to give and receive love. So it's just like the embodiment of love
Hmm.
and compassion. So yeah, that I mean, when I thought what our first revelation, our first pilgrimage together, it was a divine knowing. Glastonbury.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to touch on that love part a little bit because that's why I want to go. I have gone through all the little crevices and the places in my head and in my heart and my body why I'm so called to go. And to be completely honest, my little girl wants to go. My little inner child wants to go because that's how she grew up with this beautiful fantasy of the world of love and how love heals and how love is so it can be so elusive to so many people. And I find that, well, when I'm in nature, wherever I am in nature, I always feel that love. And Glastonbury holds so much magic and mysticism and legend and lore and, well, history, because it's where the history comes from, right? The UK.
Yeah.
And I want to be a part of that. My body wants to experience standing where princes and princesses and goddesses and kings have stood. And what is it that they say that the the tower there, is actually the home of the fairy king. And that whole
Yes.
hill that it sits on is filled with that magic, the fairies. There's actually a fairy forest. What is it called,
Right.
Victoria? You said that was the well, no, not the wellspring. There's a forest that is dedicated to the
That we will be going to. That
of
will
the
be one of
fairies.
our
Yes.
sacred sites that we'll be going to. So the hill, as you're speaking of the tour, and that is the hill that we can actually see it from our
From our bedrooms.
accommodations.
Hmm.
We're like literally staying at the bottom of this magical portal to the elemental world.
Hmm. Hmm.
And on top of the tour is this beautiful tower known as Saint Michael, tower, and that is also a portal as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I find it interesting because um in a non-religious sense, like I know my journey with religion and organized dogma has brought me to this point. I don't really classify myself as a pagan, as a Christian, or anything. This human being having this experience on the planet, and
Mhm.
it's a very holy place, but not in the sense of untouchable. Like it's actually, it calls people to come to experience it. And I know for myself, like that's going to reveal so many different parts of myself that I haven't had access to in a very, very long time. And it's just as I said that, I just got full body chills. So there's something in my bones, in my cells that remember, whether it's through lineage, past lives, or whatever you want to call it, um, that I don't know what's going to happen when I go there. I'm not, I don't have a checklist of, you know, get healed, find your inner sage, anything like that. Like it's just, as a human being on the planet in 2026, I think this magic and the mystery of the place, I want to infuse that into
Mhm.
my being so that when I do come home, I am more of who I choose to be on the planet. I think that that will help propel me forward in everything that I touch and everyone that I come in contact with.
Yeah, and that's what we hope for all of our participants, right? The women
Yeah.
that we are calling in, at this time who already have soul contracts with us, right? If you're watching this video, you are being called to the circle, right? Whatever you want to call it, the priestess circle, the urban witch circle,
The
whatever
sisterhood circle,
whatever
right?
the circle of magical women who are ready to take that next step, right? Like it's the next thing. So many women I'm talking to now are sort of like in a place where they're in that the hallway or the transition. They're kind of like,
Hmm.
what's next?
Yeah.
What's next? And this is what's next, right? Come with us. I mean, again, and this is the year of the fire horse. So you can't deny that. Talk about merging with the fire horse and that kind of energy, that wild, unabandoned, live as if the gate has been left wide open, whether you're already living that way or you want to be living that way and you're stepping into, your future self of whatever that looks like because life is too freaking short. Right? Let's all fast forward to our deathbed right now, everyone. And are you going to be looking back and going, I was afraid of being seen, being heard, being judged, all the bullshit, all the fears that we just don't
Hmm.
need, that aren't serving us.
Right, right. And the other fear, right, is the expense of it, is the money. And I'm going to address this right now because money wants to move. I was just given an opportunity this morning to do that, and I'm still here. I'm still alive. And the if I knew that, because I don't, if I had X amount of time left on this planet, if I knew, I would go tomorrow, right? Like the expense wouldn't matter to me because my soul needs to experience this. So it's not about not being able to afford it for me. It's allowing money to arrive, to pay for it, to go, to experience it. And, my bank account's probably going to laugh at me when I buy the ticket. My bank account's going to do all the things. My, closest friends don't even understand why I'm going. And it doesn't matter because I need to go. And I want to address this too, is that for me, I want to be surrounded by other women who get it, who are arriving in their own truth, so that we can start to trust ourselves in these choices that we make, knowing that it's not a frivolous, you know, I want to go because I just feel like I want to go. It's because something in me wants to shift. And this could be the first step in that shift. Um, and it can be really uncomfortable. But I feel like sisterhood is kind of in this background because I have sisters in my life, real life sisters who are basically just humans that I know. I have women like Victoria in my life, who has been more like a sister in the last several years that I've known her than any other woman. And I know that those connections, those relationships are out there. And so, am I looking to make best friends with the women that are coming into the revelation? Maybe, maybe not. But I want to explore that. I'm in a place in my life where I do trust my choices more. And in trusting myself more, I can trust other women to trust themselves more. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, there's my little
Uh,
spiel.
Absolutely. And another, going in a different little direction, the Glastonbury is also where, so there are something called ley lines, dragon ley lines all over
Mhm.
the planet. And they're in very specific places in different countries. Mount Shasta is a location for that. There's different locations, and Glastonbury is one of them,
Yeah.
as well as like the western, what like Asheville kind of area and north, western North
Sedona and
Carolina,
Egypt and
Sedona,
Provence. Hmm.
Egypt. That's right. So there's all over the globe, and and Glastonbury is one of them. So not only is it the heart of Gaia, but it's also a major dragon ley line area. And for those of you who do kind of follow me on the socials, know that I'm a very deeply connected to the dragons. And in they're real and they're live and they've been sleeping for some time and they're waking up. And so, when you step on that land, right, we are connecting. And think of a ley line as like
A pulse.
energetic, like veins through the body, right?
Mhm. Like the heartbeat,
meridians,
a pulse.
meridians, because they go out. So it just it's the initial, but they all go out and they all connect to each other. So,
Yeah.
we will be doing lots of um, practices and rituals that will activate the divine genome in us, activate our own. We hear it so much, true potential, but it's real. Like you're not. We said our tagline is not don't come to heal, come to be revealed. So it's really about that deep remembrance, whether it be in this lifetime, but your soul is connected to all of the parallel lifetimes that are happening simultaneously, right? So it's really just having that deep remembrance of who the frick you are, like who
Hmm.
you are. Women, like one of my favorite songs is, I don't know if you anyone knows this song, but it's by Helen Reddy and it's called I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. And if you don't know that song, check it out and really listen to the words, because it's like we're just here. We're here as women. We're so powerful. As Marianne Williamson talks about in her that beautiful poem, that she says that we don't fear, our like our darkness. It's like we fear our light. We fear our power. Like we are so powerful, and we have been, certainly there's the persecution wound, the witch wound, right? All of the things that the fear of being seen, the fear of being heard. And so we're here to, you know, clear that, clear it so that we can all show up and remember we're even more powerful together.
Yes. Yes. And I'm going to go back a minute to the heartbeat, anahata, because what came through to me just now was I know a lot of humans on the planet. We're just feeling empty. We're feeling exhausted and just done, right? And so I think for me and we're um, what we want to experience over there, you can come completely empty because that heartbeat, that pulse of the land, that pulse of the energy between us women is going to fill that cup so much it's going to overflow. And that's the other beautiful experience that, without putting too much pressure on ourselves or the land or anything, I feel like it's just going to happen. So, um, and I say this because if you are feeling empty, if you're feeling like you're missing out on something, if you feel like exhausted, um, it's probably because we're not spending the time refilling our own cups. And this is a beautiful way of honestly going to be women that probably don't even know each other. And we're going to help fill our cups together. And how I just visually, that's just such a beautiful image for me.
So
Um,
beautiful. Yeah.
and that's, talk about Mary Magdalene a moment, because the power of her, and we're not talking like power, like we're going to run the world kind of power. I think that that gets construed in a very weird, um, wounded masculine energy way. It's the power that you can choose in any moment who you're going to show up as. That's your power. It's not about being the strong woman who can handle all the things and check off everything on her to-do list. It's about showing up fully when you're messy, when you're exhausted,
Mhm.
for yourself.
Yeah,
Choosing yourself. This retreat, this revelation is about choosing yourself.
that's right. And once you choose it, everything will fall into place, including the money. If that is an issue, for, maybe it's not, maybe it is. Magdalena of the Rose. So Mary Magdalene, some people know who she is, some people don't. Some people are very connected to her. She is part of the Sophia Dragon tribe, and some of you might know her in reference to Yeshua or Jesus, as his, divine feminine counterpart in the um, in their own pilgrimage. And truly what Mary Magdalene represents, at least to me, is the epitome of the divine feminine.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so, what does that look like? What does that even mean? Like, it's again stepping into your own confidence, the sacral energy where your true power center really is. I mean, women are, we have a womb for creation, right? Like, we are creation. Like, that's the thing. And whether you had, I don't have children, I have fur babies, but whether or not, we still have that power, right? Like, that is
Mhm.
such an immense power. And like you were saying, so many of us women have been stuck in a toxic masculine way because we've been in this survival mode, and we've had to. So we've had to be both mommy and daddy, to ourselves. And so that's kind of also what we've been taught, is that women are like, well, I can do anything a man can do, that kind of thing. And it's like, that divine feminine leadership of stepping into our lives through, certainly a balanced divine feminine and masculine, right? So we want to heal that wounded masculine, and at the same time, we want to feel safe enough physically, and that, having that regulated nervous system, which we will be, to know what we're going to do. We're going to be doing lots of cool somatic practices, yoga and dance, and things may change. We're going to go, we have the skills, we have the container, and once the women start to come, we will start to create, those magical experiences for the students, for the participants. So we're sort of in that still, but we know that it will be movement, because that's the
Mhm.
way you heal the body, through your
Yeah.
physical vessel.
Mhm.
So Magdalena of the Rose, it's so crazy because I actually picked that this morning. Of all the cards and all the decks that I have, this is the card, and I'm not even fibbing about it. This is the card that I picked, Magdalena of the Rose, and she is just a badass. us.
Mm-hmm.
So the fairies are calling us, the magic is calling us, the mountains are calling us, the, you know, the rose, the flowers are calling us. What's your soul saying? You know, does it, or is it saying, hell yeah? Like, we only want women that are like, fuck yeah. Like, it's an abso-fucking-lutely yes. And like I said, once you choose it, all the doors open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So any last words, my dear, my dearest?
We are so like right there. So just like, okay, how do I end this now? Because I want to keep talking to you. Um,
You are
so
me and I am you.
just so we all know, these kind of conversations are going to be happening on a regular basis from now until we go. The purpose of these is to learn a little bit about each other, our whys, to actually start building that momentum, that fire horse energy, that excitement that, yes, this is exactly what I want. And we're not here to convince you to come. We're here to just kind of talk about our whys and answer some questions. Um, Real quick, we're going to be staying at this amazing farm. Um, it's been there for hundreds of years, but um, they have we have this beautiful yoga space to use. We have some land to use. We have fresh meals prepared daily. There is
Vegetarian, yep.
vegetarian. There's a little cafe also right there, but all
Oh,
of
and
the
spa
oh
services.
yes, 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 the spa services, which aren't actually included in the price of the revelation, but we have that to our advantage. It's literally right there on premise. You walk out of your bedroom in your bathrobe and you can get a spa treatment for that day, whatever. We have an agenda, but it's very loose, because we really want to get to know the women going so that we can actually build that stronger container, to serve all of us in the ways that we all need. So, my final note is if you're watching this and you feel it, trust yourself. Trust yourself. Get on our pre-board waiting list. In the next little while, we're going to be literally opening the gates to apply. And there are a series of questions, basically some heartfelt questions. We just want to know where you are on your journey. Um, and then we keep going from there. So if you haven't, get into our pre-board list. The link should be here somewhere in the show notes. And yeah, you'll get Victoria's links to her beautiful meditations that she's putting out on her YouTube channel about Avalon, about Mary Magdalene, about the dragons, so that we can, like I said, we're building the momentum. This doesn't happen by just saying, "Yep, let's just go." No, we're in this together. You and me and Victoria and everyone. So if you're watching this as a replay, make sure that you're on our list because then you'll get the link to the next live Q&A. Hopefully you
Where
can.
you will be a part of it with us. So this is just us today, but every month we will be inviting people who have signed up for the pre-board to just join us. And we will be doing some short little activations and answering all your questions and getting to know each other. So we love you. We invite you. We invite you, right? The magic is calling. And please join us on the Magical Mystery Tour, right? A revelation
And
of
there's going to be some
Glastonbury.
fun. It's called the Magical Mystery Tour for a reason.
Yes.
So, um, and honestly, I kind of feel called, Victoria, to read our morning invocation for the Magical Mystery Tour. Would you like to start us off and then I'll
Always.
take it over where you end?
So take a big, long, slow, deep breath and just kind of get grounded to the earth. Feel free to close your eyes. Beloved Gaia, beloved Avalon, I greet this day in truth and embodiment. I release the need to strive, convince, or prove. I stand as signal, not seeker. From my heart, my womb, my voice, and my bones, I send a clear resonance across the ley lines, calling only those souls who are ready to be revealed.
May the women meant for this journey feel safety in their bodies, softness in their hearts, and a sovereign yes arise without force. I trust the land to select. I trust the field to gather. I trust myself to remain open, joyful, and unattached. Today, I walk as invitation. Today, I lead by presence. Today, I allow the circle to find us. The call is sent, the field responds. We receive. And so it is.
And so it is.
See you next time.